Hello everybody. I've been trying to rack my brain to think what I could talk about on YouTube. It might be interesting or something that people might want to hear about or maybe have had similar experiences in their life. And I got to thinking and I said, I could talk about the house that I grew up in and some of the strange occurrences that happened there. A little backstory on my house. I grew up in a small town here in Georgia, a little town called Chester, Georgia. And the house I grew up in was a old house. It was an old 3-room house. It had a living room, a kitchen, and a bedroom. And when I was 5, they built onto the house. They built another bedroom, a bathroom, and a laundry room with a closet. And up until that point, we had not had an indoor bathroom. We had used the old toilet outside or the old outhouse. But when I was 16 years old, I had a job there at a service station there in town, in Chester, little town I grew up in. And I came home from school rather, and nobody was home, and so I started getting dressed for work. And at that time, I'm a 16-year-old, and the old cassette tapes, I had my tape player blaring. I think I had like AC/DC blasting. And I'm just, acting like a 16-year-old. I'm getting dressed for work and just having a good time. And I hear something over that loud music that's just loud, just a rattling, just a sound. And so I turn around and I look toward my parents' bedroom, which the door is closed, and their doorknob is just shaking, full turns. I mean, it's like a motor is connected to it. I remember looking at that and just feeling the blood just drain from my body. I was absolutely terrified. And I looked at it for what seemed like a minute or two, but I know it was only a second. And I reached over and I turned my cassette player off. I grabbed my shirt and I ran out that door and I got on my bicycle and I went to work. And while I was at work, I convinced myself that it never happened. I said, I just couldn't. I finally convinced myself that I never saw it, and I had put it out of my mind. We're sitting there at the dinner table at night. It's me, my brother, my sister, and my daddy and mama. And my older brother, he says, a strange thing happened today. So I came home from work. Nobody was here. So I lay down on the sofa and fell asleep. He said, something woke me up. He said, it was y'all's doorknob was just turning, full turns. And when he said that, I felt my heart stop and that blood just drained from my body again. And he thought it was me, had come home from work early and slipped in the house and was trying to scare him. So he went over and he grabbed the doorknob and flung the door open. Naturally, no one was there. He said he looked under the beds, he looked everywhere. He never found anything. And, that was a horrifying thing. It's so vivid in my mind after all these years. And that's just one strange occurrence in that house. I have many, many more. But I didn't know, I'm sure other people have had strange things to happen and things they can't explain. And I just thought it's kind of interesting to share some of these stories maybe, and maybe if somebody else, share something in the comments about something that has happened to them. But I have many more, and also a house that I bought many years later had some strange things happen. I can tell you those too. But for now, y'all have a good day.